Praise Yahweh. Psalms 47.
And it said that in Revelation it's to come where there's a group of people who would be in this great city needing deliverance as in the days of Egypt. And they're going to have to hurry up and get out of that great city before they experience the destruction of Sodom. That's why Yahweh said, come out from her, my people. Be not partakers of her sin. Now, if you don't think that's talking about a group of people, it says it's talking about the saints of the Most High Yahweh. Praise Yahweh. It says in verse 7 that the beast that ascended out of the bottomless pit. When you read about the beast in the Bible, it's not talking about a bear and a wolf and a cat. Oh yeah, Revelations 13:18 lets you know the beast is a man. Here is wisdom. Read it.
Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man.
Hallelujah, Yahweh. The beast is a man. Yahweh even turned a king into a beast in the book of Daniel. Hallelujah, Yahweh. The beast, when you call a man a beast, it means that his character, and you put him in authority of rulership, his attributes and character and rulership is like that of an animal. They're devoid of justice and compassion and righteousness in that judgment. The dead body shall be lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also Yahweh was crucified. The Lord Yahweh, Ben Yahweh, was crucified. See, I've been crucified right here with you. Right here with you. Verse 9, and they of the people and kindreds and tongues and nations shall see their dead bodies 3 days and a half, and they shall not suffer their dead bodies to be put in graves. That's why the bones lay out in the open, dry valley of America in Ezekiel chapter 37. Laying in the streets, laying in the valley of the dry bones. Nobody can teach this but me. You can pray and fast till you die and you can't teach this. Now you'll have some ideas if you love the truth on how to teach this when I finish. I'm in the Revelations right now, see. You know you don't dare about it. So they did not suffer their dead bodies to be put in graves. That means there's a dead people walking around like zombies. Walking dead. The people could observe them, their dead bodies. Dead to the knowledge of Yahweh, dead to the knowledge of his son, dead to the knowledge of our history, culture, and language, dead to the knowledge of our name, dead to the knowledge of our land, dead to the knowledge of the history and culture and the civilization of other peoples of the world, dead to the knowledge of the beginning or the ending. Dead to the knowledge of Alpha and Omega. Dead to the knowledge of Yahweh declaring the end from the beginning. Don't know what the end is, don't know what the beginning was. Dead to the knowledge of the garden, the beginning of the garden and the end of the garden. Dead to the knowledge of how long the white man was given the rule and the end of his rule, who would signal the end of his rule, and how it would be signaled. Dead to all that knowledge. That's not all you're dead to. Revelation 11:10, and they that dwell upon the earth shall rejoice over them and make merry and shall send gifts one to another. That's what Merry Christmas is all about. The giving of gifts during December is all about the rejoicing of the nations of the earth over you being dead to the knowledge of your inheritance. You are the heirs of the mighty God Yahweh and his son Yahweh. You are Yahweh's inheritance. The promised land is your land. And they rejoice at being able to rule the world in your place when you are in fact chosen to be the ruler forever. So they come along and give you a false religion and paint a pie in the sky where you go to a heaven in the by and by. All lies. Nobody says, people stand up and tell lies in church about you just died, your mama died, you're going over yonder to see your mama. Your mama's going to heaven. You're a lie. Why don't he die and go there? If you want to see somebody holler and cry, wait till the preacher get ready to die. He said for everybody that even he doesn't believe in, pray for me. Amen. You have preached all these folk into heaven. Everybody you preached that died went to heaven. What's wrong with you? Why don't you want to go? I've seen preachers with strokes, blind, crippled, and half crazy, don't want to go. In pain every day. Don't want to go. So if he can't take it with him, he ain't going. Praise Yahweh. I mean, we talk double standards when it comes to the preacher. We have our rent is due, people putting us out, we go to church, brother preacher, they're about to put me outdoors. My grandma, mama, and me been paying tithes all our lives. We need our rent paid. Anthony, come on in, child. I'm gonna pray for you. See, all you have to do is bring your burdens to the Lord and leave them there. Now I'm gonna pray for you, and the Lord can work a miracle now. Hey man, I don't need a miracle, I need my rent paid, you know? I'm gonna pray for you because prayer changes things. Prayer, I say prayer. Prayer changes things. So I'm going to pray for you. Oh Lord, you got his bill due. You can do anything but fail. Help him, Lord. He got financial problems. Heal his financial problem today, Lord. Heal, fix him up. We trust in you today, Lord, to take care of this man. Who knows, he might have a check waiting on him when he gets home. Man, he filed his income tax last year. We know that. Now that's fine, isn't it? That's a great solution to the problem. But next Sunday, preacher got a problem. He won't talk about it. He gets Brother Deacon to come forward. Brother Deacon stand up on the floor. Church. If it's not the deacon's aid board, you know, church. Bro, pastor have been preaching to us for a long time, bringing us the word. Wonderful servant of the Lord. Now, brother preacher wants to go to the conference, and we want brother preacher to go his style. We don't want him to be shamed. And while it's gone, brother preacher's house note need to be paid, and I want you to go in your pocket, dig deep till it hurts. See, now, if you had your sense, you'd run up and say, get on your knees, preacher. I'm finna pray for you. I ain't gonna give you none of my money. Oh, Lord, help brother preacher. Fix this point. Well, if it worked for you, it ought to work for him. He know the Lord, you don't. He told you he's the Lord's man, the Lord called him. So all he should have to get in contact with is the Lord, right? Why he have to get in your pocket? See, whenever he wants to get something, he gets in your pocket. When you need something, he pray for you. Isn't that weird? I'm waking them up across the country. You better straighten up. Praise Yahweh. Start teaching my people the truth. You won't have nobody to talk to. Verse 12 said that when we ascend to heaven, heaven is New Jerusalem, right here on the earth, Middle East, our enemies will be looking at us. Now back to Ezekiel 37. Let's move on to verse 11. Then Yahweh said unto me, Son of man, these bones are the whole house of Israel. Read that for me.
Then he said unto me, Son of man, these bones are the whole house of Israel. Behold, they say, our bones are dried, and our hope is lost. We are cut off from our parts.
Now you understand that? With what I taught you already tonight, you should understand this verse. First of all, these dry bones are not just some physical bones laying out in a valley, but they really, truly are the whole house of Israel. That means that the people that are on earth who say our bones are dried, our hope is lost, we don't have any hope. No matter how we vote, no matter how we work, no matter how we go in the army, our hope is lost. We're cut off for our parts. What are our parts? Our part of the history. Our part of the economic path. Our part of justice. Our part of the knowledge of our God and culture and land, etc. We've been cut off. Well, how do you get cut off? Psalms 83, 1 through 5. Cut off, and let's see how and who and why. Psalms 83. How were we cut off? Who cut us off? Why were we cut off? And from what were we cut off? Psalms 83, 1 through 5. Answers this question of our parts, how we were cut off for our parts. All right, read.
Keep not thou silence, O Yahweh.
As long as Yahweh was silent, we didn't know this. As long as Yahweh didn't raise me up from among you, we didn't have this knowledge. Read on.
Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
How many of you admit that we are a hated people and that we even hate each other? We hate each other. I've watched people who say they're Christians and say they love everybody. You love everybody. Why don't you love me? I never hung you, mammy. I never cut the balls out of your pappy. I haven't burned the cross on your lawn. All I'm saying is come to Yahweh. Live a righteous life in Yahweh. Keep the laws of Yahweh. Be upright in Yahweh. Be perfect in Yahweh. Why do you hate me for this? How many know who hates us as a people? You know? Well, that's who this is talking about here. Some people didn't know hate was in the Bible. Well, here it is. It said, they that hate you have lifted up their head, meaning they're the head of the governments of the world. Read on about this. Next verse, read, verse 3.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden one.
So, people have taken crafty counsel. They have passed the knowledge of how to rule over us like a craft. It's passed from father to son. See, the great-grandfather ruled over your great-grandfather. And he passed the knowledge on to his son. And therefore, the grandfather ruled over your grandfather. And the grandfather passed it on to his son. And the man that's your same age that you work for has learned how to rule over you. And he rules over you too. And you don't know how to stop him from ruling over you. You don't want him to rule over you, but you don't know how to stop him. False leaders told you the vote would change it. You voted, it didn't change it. Who you vote for, the white folks vote for the other man. You went for Carter, white folks went for Reagan. You went for Mondale, white folks went for Reagan again. That's real. And the white man that's your age today is passing on in the home the knowledge of how to rule over your child. And you are helpless. You thought, your dumb mother thought that when they put you into an integrated school with white people, that somehow you would know what white people know and be able to compete on an equal basis with white people. But you've been with them since 1954. This is 30 years later, and you 30 years old, dumb as hell, in hell, catching hell. You sit in a school with white, learning how to talk white and act evil and corrupt and filthy, and you don't learn how to read. You are basically functionally illiterate because that's the game on you. You were much better off when you had an all-black school. At least black teachers say, you better learn to read. You're going to have to be 10 times better than white people out in that world. But see, they don't tell you that in the integrated school. No teacher's going to tell your child, you better learn to read if you want to survive out here in this world with white people. They don't tell you that. And the black teachers are scared to tell you that. They'll get fired. That's what they're scared of anyway. So integration has been your damnation. You're worse off under integration than you have ever been. They've taken crafty counsel against you and consulted against the hidden ones. You've been hidden from the knowledge of the truth of Yahweh. All right, verse 4, read on. This is what your enemy, those that hate you, ruling over you, said. Read.
They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation.
See what they wanted to cut us off from being? Did they succeed?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we in this country all divided against each other, wanting to be white. Skin lightness. What they call that cream? Bleach and glow. We want to bleach and glow white. Isn't that a shame? Spend $100 to get your hair curled all up. Why? Because you've been brainwashed. You've been cut off from being a nation. Why? Read. Why?
That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
And we have forgotten. We thought that white people are the true Israel. We thought the Jews are supposed to have the land Israel. How many thought that beside me? Grew up, taught that the Jews are Israel. Well, your Bible doesn't say that. Revelation 3:9. See, these are the parts you've been cut off from. Revelation 3:9 tells you who the Jew is. Nothing but the synagogue of Satan. Revelation 3:9. Read.
Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews, and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee.
See, the old Jews gonna have to come right at our feet and worship. Because Yahweh said so. That's Revelation. Must come. Shortly come to pass. Who is he? He's a synagogue of Satan. You say he's a Jew, the book says he's a liar. Then that means he doesn't own Israel. It belongs to somebody else. That's why the wars are going on in the Middle East. Because the people that are in Israel don't belong there. The European white man who calls himself a Jew, my darker people over there, my cousins and half brothers in the Middle East, know that this white man is a liar and he has land that is not there. So when they kick the Palestinians off, they say, we were here before you came. It doesn't belong to the Palestinian either. But they say, we have a prior right over you. We know it doesn't belong to you. So they fight. They've always fought over our land, Israel. When we broke the laws of Yahweh, he kicked us out. He let our enemies come in, take us over, beat us up, lay a siege to us, kick us out. Back to Ezekiel 37. In verse 11, that's how we're cut off far apart. Psalms 141:7. If you love the word, you're having a ball right now. If you don't like the word, you don't like the Bible. The word and the Bible is all the same. The word is Yahweh, mighty God. Why are you bored? Are you bored with the word? Anybody bored? We're reading Yahweh. We're reading God. Huh? How can you love God and don't love the word? See, I am the word. That's all I'm speaking.
One cutteth and cleaveth wood upon the earth.
See, our bones are scattered. Meaning that that's another metaphor as allegory and simile, letting us know that we as a people, as a nation, have been cut off from one another and scattered. We're not just in America. Some of us are in other countries. And I'm busy gathering us from the islands, Africa, the whole earth. Oh yes, I'm gathering them. I'm getting letters from all over the world recognizing that I'm here. And I'm the one they've been waiting on. And you who don't know that, you will know it soon anyway. You may not bow today, but you'll bow tomorrow. Or die. Hellfire is your reward. Isaiah 49:14. Even those words come out the book. Isaiah 49:14. Read.
But Zion said,
Who is Zion?
we are.
We are my people in America. Read.
The Lord Yahweh hath forsaken me, and my Lord Yahweh hath forgotten me.
That's the way my people act in this country, like we have been forsaken and forgotten. And ourselves worshiping in strange gods, catching hell. Verse 15. Read.
Can a woman forget her sucking child?
Praise Yahweh. So you're not forgotten, I'm here. Isaiah 49:1. Listen, O islands, unto me. And listen, you people from far. Yahweh has called me from the womb. From the bowels of my mother hath he made mention of my name, Yahweh. And he has made my mouth like a sharp sword. You have to admit that I'm teaching you, like I'm cutting. What I say cuts your heart, doesn't it? Praise Yahweh. Isaiah 48:9. For my name's sake will I defer mine anger, and for my praise will I refrain for thee, that I cut you not off. Behold, I have refined thee, but not with silver. I have chosen you, black people of America, in the furnace of affliction. There's that furnace of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, the fire furnace. I'm choosing you out of the furnace of affliction. Hell is heating up. Reagan is on television telling you he's going to cut you off more than he's already cut. He's going to cut off more food stamps and welfare. He said it tonight on news. Unemployment in the country is on the rise. Oh yes, hell is heating up. And my people sit around and wait on white folks to give them jobs. They won't get up and be like all other people in America and make jobs for themselves and their own families. They wait on white people for a job. We so lazy and dependent. It is shameful. But I'm changing that. I'm not saying what should be done. I'm setting the example. Praise Yahweh. I'm systematically depositing $1 million in the black bank in this city. And that means under the fractional reserve system, I'm making $45 million available to the black community that help provide jobs. See, I'm setting an example. What are you doing? What are you doing? I'm doing it. What are you doing? I'm not talking about it. I'm doing it. Now, what are you doing? Praise Yahweh. Isaiah 37, Ezekiel 37:12. Read.
Therefore prophesy and say unto them, Thus saith the Lord God Yahweh, Behold, O my people, I will open your graves, and cause you to come up out of your graves, and bring you into the land of Israel.
See my job? You are my people. And I will open your mental grave and cause you, make you to come up out of your mental graves. And then I must bring you into the land of Israel. I'm here to take you out of America. You can holler you're not going, but you're going. White people don't want you here. Have you figured that out yet? How many of you have figured out white people don't like us too much? Have you figured that out? Well, where are you going? Some of you make a ridiculous spectacle of yourself by loving white people no matter what they do to you because you don't know where to go. All of you are snared in holes. Isaiah 42:22. Here's what your problem is. Why are you like this? Isaiah 42:22. This is the word. Read.
But this is a people robbed and spoiled. They are all of them snared in holes, and they are hid in prison houses. They are for a prey, and none delivered, for a spoil, and none said, Restore.
Praise Yahweh. Who is that one? Isaiah 41:25. I have raised up one from North America, and he shall come. From the rising of the sun shall he call upon my name. And he shall come upon the princes, the rulers, as upon mortar and as a pot of treaded clay. Who hath declared from the beginning that you may know? And before that you may say he is righteous. Yea, there is none that showeth you. Yea, there is none that declareth to you what I'm declaring. Yea, there is none that heareth your words. Praise Yahweh. I'm doing the job of opening your graves. Tonight you know where the valley is and who the valley is, where it's located and who's in it. The whole house of Israel. So you're not Negroes. What is your nationality? Some of you don't act like you know. I ask you, what is your nationality? What you think, your nationality is black? Nationality means what's the nation you come from? What nation do you come from? What is your nation? Everybody in America come from somewhere. Are you an African? Everybody in Africa claims a nation. What is your nation? Who are you? You are somebody. You came from somewhere. Why do you say your nationality is black when people from Spain are black? People from India are black. They don't say their nationality is black. They say their nationality is Spanish or their nationality is Indian. The people from Africa are black. You ask them what's their nationality, they don't say black. Why do you go to the skin game? Holler color. You used to be colored. You already had plenty of color, you were colored. You don't remember being colored? You had a water fountain named after you, colored water fountain. You were some kind of people, boy. You used to have waiting rooms, just yours, colored waiting rooms. You used to have you were special. You used to go around the country and every bus had a section just for you. Colored. You used to have schools where nobody in it but you. Colored schools. Then you got tired of being colored and wanted to be a Negro. Why you change? You used to ask you, what's your nationality? You said colored. Then all of a sudden you didn't want to be colored. You didn't like owning all that stuff. You had colored side of town. Yeah, you used to have color. You go to the city, boy, and say, where's colored town? Everybody could tell you. All white folk knew, go across those tracks over there. Wherever you see that railroad, right across over there, that's it. Praise Yahweh. You used to have colored churches. We put on a cross because we didn't know that's a sign of death. We all crossed up, crisscrossed, double crossed. Anybody wear a cross is telling the world, I'm a dead man. I am a mentally dead man. I don't know who in the hell I am. I'm just out here. I'm one of these dead men in this grave, all crossed up in the head. Praise Yahweh. He wasn't hung on no cross. He was hung like all niggas are hung. All niggas hung on trees. Acts 5:30. Don't be fussing looking at me strange. Everything I say is in here. What's a nigga doing with a cross on? You weren't hung on no cross. Yeah, we in the Word. Where are you going? Where are you rushing off to? You got nowhere to go. The truth is rough on you. Get up and ease out. This truth is kicking. You may not like me, but I'm telling you the truth anyway. It's all book. I love you if you don't love me. I know you, my brother. I don't care how you believe. None of you. I don't care what any of you believe. I never did and still don't. Believe whatever you want to believe. Believe like you want to believe. That's your privilege. You're still my people. You're still my brother and my sister. Anything I can do to help you, I'll do it. And I love you. That's why I teach you the truth so hard. Now why don't you love me too? Huh? Well, the people who cuss us out the worst be wearing crosses. Yeah. You ever notice? I always got a cross on. They be just raising hell. Praise Yahweh. Acts 5:30. Let's read the word on this. Read.
The God of Yahweh raised up Yahweh, whom ye slew and hanged on a tree.
You killed him and then hung him on a tree. Don't know, well, the cross is made out of wood from a tree. Oh man, shut up. The thing said tree. Why do you want to argue with the Bible? Huh? Just hush trying to argue. You're in the grave on that question. Verse 13, Ezekiel, back to Ezekiel chapter 37. I didn't finish 12, did I? I sure didn't. I got to bring you into the land of Israel. Isaiah 26:19. Did we read that? Okay, let's go check on Isaiah 26:19. See if we can get a little more light on the subject. Ooh, this is wonderful. Good gracious. Look at Yahweh work in his word. Read.
Thy dead men shall live. Together with my dead bodies shall they arise.
Read that part again. Y'all reading too soft. Read. Be excited about the word. Read.
Thy dead men shall live.
Might live.
Shall live.
Ought to live.
Shall live.
Uh-huh.
Together with my dead bodies shall they arise.
See, that's... I told you I was dead like you. Together with my dead body, you shall arise. You dry bones in the valley of America. Read on.
Awake and see.
See, now here it's saying you just sleep. See, what has to happen here, it says you have to wake up. It says awake. You described all kind of ways. Dead, cut off all your parts, sleep, dry bones. Awake and do what?
And sing. Ye that dwell in the dust.
You that dwell in the dust. What does that mean? The dust means you are dwelling in the dust of civilization. You are unable to plant the seeds of self-sufficiency and independency and watch it flourish and grow and produce fruit that will take care of you and your children. You sit in the dust of the civilization. You're like Lazarus sitting around the table of the rich white man waiting on crumbs to fall from the table. For thy dew is as the dew of herbs, and the earth shall cast out the dead. Oh, Yahweh, you think you're going to stay in America, right? See, the people, the earth is another, when you do your research, you'll study that earth does not always mean ground, like agrarian ground. But it also means people. So it says some people are going to cast you that are dead out of this country where you are in the valley of the dry bones. Hosea 13:14. Hosea 13:14. I'm here to take you from your grave. I'm going to do it. I'm already doing it. I have witnesses across America that I'm redeeming you from your grave. I'm the one blowing the trumpet. I'm blowing Gabriel's trumpet. You that are in white have heard the first trump. I'm going to blow louder for the rest of you. You'll kick over those 6 feet of dirt in the grave. You don't know what that means. Your poor little mind is out in the cemetery. When you hear that, your mind's in the cemetery. You can just go out there and think, if you sit on the grave, something's going to crack open the ground and some of those bones going to jump up. You won't be there if it crack open. You'll never see if it was true or not. Just be an earthquake. You will be gone. Something dead get up out the ground, boy. Keep none of us around. No, that 6 feet of dirt means that the white man was given 6,000 years to rule. And he has buried you, my people, under 6,000 years of dirt and filthy civilization. And when I come and blow the trumpet of salvation, you will perform the miracle of kicking off the dirt of 6,000 years, symbolized by 6 feet under. When they bury your physical body, they put it 6 feet under to symbolize the 6,000 years of their rulership over you, that they would bury you in the dirt of their civilization. Oh, but when I come, all I have to do is blow the trumpet of truth. Da-da-da-da, blow the trumpet of truth, and you start kicking off the dirt out of your grave, and your bones start coming up out of the valley of America, and you stand up on your feet, changed in the twinkling of an eye, from mortal to immortal. Praise God. Those that have been resurrected, see, we know this. Hosea 13:14. It's exciting when you're resurrected and know it. Hosea 13:14, read.
I will ransom them from the power of the grave.
I am ransoming you from the power of the grave. I have power over the grave.